Hey, what is up, everyone? It is Rich. All right, welcome to the continuation of our exploring number one issues and discussing how they set things up, introduce characters, create, a scenario, multiple scenarios, a landscape. And how does the book make you feel ultimately at the end? Ultimately. All right, so anyway, I had read this before. I have, I think, the first probably 10 or 11 issues of this. I don't think that I ever got the full series, so I definitely have not read all the issues. But anyway, our focus is on number one, and I just read it. I also read a manga this morning called Parasite number one with a Y, Parasite. But I'm doing the video on this one because I think there'll be more interest in this than the Parasite video right now. Anyway, so after just completing the book and looking at the cover, I will say this: the cover really doesn't introduce the actual story that we're about to read at all. In fact, it's really very disconnected to what we're about to do. So I think it's unfortunate in a way that they didn't really capture the essence of the story. To be honest, I didn't, when I going into it, you don't realize it, but when you complete it, and then like this is sort of what you're gonna have, you're gonna have it in your long box, you're gonna have it on your wall or whatever it is. It doesn't really feel very Ultimates number one, but anyway, unless there was a different cover for the number one issue that maybe sort of was more story related. But anyway, it's a nice cover. I don't have issues with the drawing overall. I can't honestly recognize all the characters. I know this is Thor, but I really don't know who these other three characters are. But I'm not super, you've watched enough of my videos, you know that I'm like pretty clueless with some of this stuff. Anyway, so we got Mark Millar writing it, Brian Hitch, and then Andrew Curry. So the colors are great on this too. This looks like it's credited as Paul Mounds on the cover. We'll see who did the insides. Hopefully it's in there. But I thought that the colors on the book itself were very, very nice. All right, so let's get into this. It's a really... Oh, what did I just do? Let me remount this. Yeah, I really wasn't sure what my impressions would be of the book, to be honest. So anyway, Superhuman. The opening shot. This is sort of a montage of, or not a montage. It's a little bit of a tease of what's to come in a few pages. So we don't need to hang on this too long. All right, so we've got the North Atlantic, 1945. Very, very cool opening page, opening splash. It's very dramatic. I love the colors. I immediately in my mind was picturing the sound of the planes. I was kind of, I think, even maybe audibly making a noise. So they were getting me hooked already. This is exciting. You already know like something crazy is going to go down when you see this date and you see this in the sky. No good things are going to come of this. So anyway, let's continue, friends. There will be spoilers in this, so worst case scenario, you'll be a little prepared for issue number 2. All right, so we've got some. I think this is supposed to be the ground. It almost reads a little bit like explosions in the air. I don't think it's meant to be, though. I think this is more like these become a little abstract, but I think this is supposed to be maybe like stuff that they're flying over. Can't really tell. Anyway, so we cut to conversations inside the jumping area with all these paratroopers getting ready to go. There's a little bit of a dialogue about they couldn't believe that the Germans had shot down a plane full of cigarettes. I guess maybe like a cargo plane or for the troops. And anyway, there's a little bit of jokes back and forth. But anyway, we get introduced to couple of soldiers, and then Bucky. Bucky. So, again, I like this. Everything's drawn nice. It's good page. Panel layout was nice. I there were definitely times when I was reading this section that I was having a little bit of difficulty being able to recognize characters. Everybody's faces kind of felt a little bit the same. It's not a knock against Hitch. I'm just saying that, like, I'm a dumbass, and when I was reading it, it was like, it's a little confused. I felt like him facing this direction was a little confusing to me because I think this is this guy talking to Bucky here, But with his head this other direction, it's like, who is he talking to? Who is this? So anyway, I mean, you know, that's my reader's experience. But anyway, here's Bucky. He kind of defends Captain America. They're sort of talking shit about him. If not already, they will in a moment. And they're not impressed by Captain America. They think he's more of like a symbol of just trying to get people to recruit, and they don't really have a lot of faith in his hype. Captain America sits back here and he basically tells them that all the missions he's been on, he's never lost anyone in 3 years, etc., etc. He sort of speaks to his photo of his lovely lady Gale, and then they're all getting prepared to jump, and I guess Captain America doesn't use the parachute because he thinks it's for girls. So he's just gonna jump out with no parachute and just his shield. Good enough. If that doesn't impress them enough, I'm not really sure what might. But anyway, I love this down here. I like how the color changed to the sort of, they don't want to be detected sort of lighting. But this is great with these little warm glows down here, and you're seeing all the paratroopers kind of starting to go in. It's an exciting scene, no doubt. No doubt. All right. Then we get this. This is really exciting. Holy shit, we got paratroopers everywhere. They're coming in. They're in Iceland, of all places. So there's this Nazi base, and they're going to go in because they're building a bomb that could destroy Washington, D.C. and end the war in just a few days. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know how long the rocket would take to get from Iceland to D.C. I can't imagine it would be too many hours. But anyway, they're going in. Let's go, guys. Come on. This is great, man. When I got to this, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is badass, man. He picked an interesting angle for them to be running at. It's like I'm noticing it more now. It didn't bother me the first time I read it, but it's interesting that they're running from right to left. I think my instincts would be to have it flipped. Just because generally, like in America, we read right to left, but it also can kind of make you stop on things to reverse it. It's like this puts the brakes on you, and you really stop here and kind of admire what he's drawn. But this is fantastic. Man, it's kick-ass. Got some dudes getting smoked. They say that this side of it is impregnable, which I thought was a weird... I thought it was impenetrable, but they refer to it as impregnable. So apparently you can't get in, and you also can't get it pregnant. I don't know. All right, come on, let's go, friends. The war is about to begin, or I guess end. All right, so they're shooting. This was the little preview panel that we got on the opening page. We got the Nazis, the Germans firing back ferociously. More people getting killed. This is great. Really, really cool. This next page has a couple of little hiccups for me, storytelling-wise. I feel weird criticizing this stuff, but like I said, I'm just being honest as someone who read it and was like, I felt like there was maybe too many panels on this page, just because it's like the action's heating up and these little tiny panels were kind of weird, and also, again, going back to head direction. It felt very jerky to me. Not very. It just felt a little stop and go. I was a little confused because he's so like everyone's landing. We've got all this commotion and violence going on. It's great. Works fine. This is really good. We got a guy being helped by a couple of, either medics or other soldiers as they're, taking gunfire. He says, "Oh my God, this works for me." And then he says, "Oh my God," again. And then he says, he's not really reacting to anything. And it's like, you don't really know, this felt a little redundant. Like, it could have honestly been one panel, and then it would have freed up some of the space here. Then this guy gets smoked, and he sort of turns and it's like, "Oh my God." I don't feel a real sense of urgency with his facial expressions or body language. Everybody's very sort of standing upright. I can't imagine going into gunfire like this that you would be sort of so erect. Then he gets shot, so he gets shot here, but he's okay. The helmet helped him. This is a pretty big jump from the two scenes, and then a bomb goes off. So again, I felt like the storytelling on this page was a little a little ham-fisted. People were like, "How dare you?" I don't know. What do you want me to do? I'm supposed to look at these books and say shit. Just telling you what I see. All right. So, medic, and Bucky comes over. Now, Bucky apparently is 15, I think they refer to him as. I don't know if that's accurate, but I got the impression that he's young. But Bucky's been on enough missions that even though he's supposedly a journalist documenting, I guess, Captain America's adventures, they both have enough experience to tend to the wounded. So this guy is like, he's hurt. He took a bullet to the head, but it obviously didn't penetrate his helmet. But I believe he might have got shot a second time. Now, if that was what was going on the other page, it would have been nice to see him kind of get lit up. Like if he took a bullet in the shoulder, like seeing the bullet hit him. Because Bucky looks like he's tending to more of his upper body and not so much his head. But again, because I can't recognize the characters' faces super well, I assume this is the same guy from the plane. I mean, it looks like him here. And then kind of the whole time Bucky's working on him, he's still talking shit about Captain America. So he's very pessimistic about Captain America and very negative towards him. And anyway, Bucky helps him. He gets him back on point. All right, let's continue. So anyway, Captain America still hasn't shown up, and they're like a little bit confused. But Captain America, instead of jumping out of the plane, has remained inside and is now flying the plane. He got wind of an idea and realized that they weren't going to be able to get in the direction that they were headed, and there needed to be something else done. So he's going to basically try to land this plane inside of this thing and then enter that way, which is pretty impressive. This is a great sequence. So they talk a little bit about the bomb that's inside, how dangerous it is, and that it could literally like level like Washington D.C. I'm assuming it's a nuke. Anyway, Captain America, he's taking gunfire. He's talking to someone that he keeps referring to as Birdman. I honestly, I'm sure like Marvel people know who it is. I don't know who he's referring to. My first thought was Hawkman, but that's a DC character, so I don't know. Unless I don't know. I don't know who Birdman is. Anyway, all right. So the wing gets shot off. He's going in. This is nice. Plane just sort of decompresses. No, not decompresses. Just comes apart. Decompose. He's taking out some Germans though while he's doing it. It's pretty good. So he crashes it inside. And here we go. All right, back to the battlefield. The American troops, they're getting closer. They're going to get in. I'm thinking this is Captain America. Yeah, I was going to say. So Captain America, so this is from outside. Now we're inside. The blue light actually kind of helps move that along. Captain America kicks in. I don't know if it's a door or what it is, but anyway, it could be like a protective thing for the sort of gun turret place that they're in. I want to call it a pillbox. I don't think that's what it would be referred to as. Anyway, he's taking out Nazis left and right. Eric. Lucky for us, he's kind of filled out since then. Oh, Bucky's talking about that he used to help protect Captain America when they were kids. Oh, okay. So wait, you know what? Bucky probably. I don't think he's as young as what I said. I think he had said that when he was 15, he used to protect Captain America from bullies. But anyway, he's a big boy now. He's ready to kick some ass. And again, Hitch has him facing this other direction, which I find interesting. I mean, it totally works. But yeah, it's. I don't know why. I always feel like stuff should go from, like, because you're reading it like he's running to the left, but everything in my I guess. I'm just going to flip it for a second. It's not going to make it better. I'm just kind of curious of something. Because you're always going from left to right. And so, like, this leads you into the next page. But again, my thing, how I always defend this is a great way to make you stop. Because since you are reading from left to right, when you're heading this direction, I'll grab colors. But when you're heading, oh, I've got a crazy brush selected. You know, when you're heading... When you're heading this direction, he blocks you, so you really pause on the image, and you can do that in panels too, where when you flip someone a certain way, it'll kind of make you stop and kind of hang there for a moment. But anyway, now we're running from left to right again. Which I guess he is inside of the thing. So he, like, if the Americans are heading this way, he's facing this way, and he was also fighting Russian or Germans that are shooting at the Americans this way. So it does actually work. This is a great panel right here. They're all mixing it up. He's just taking out Nazis left and right. And here we go, folks. Hang on tight. This is about to get very, very insane. Look at this. Classic Hitchian imagery. He spares no expense. The budget that Brian Hitch had when he was drawing all this stuff, Authority as well, was a James Cameron level of patience to draw all this stuff. Anyway, they're shocked to see how big this thing actually is. He refers to it, this is Bucky, as a Flash Gordon like level of like technology. But Captain America says that there's more sides fighting this war than anyone will ever know. So, I don't know 100% what that refers to, but it could be otherworldly. It could be superhero. I don't know. That's what you gotta keep reading for. All right. So, anyway, these guys up here, troublemakers, this dude in particular, he starts pressing buttons, and that's never a good sign when you've got a nuclear warhead set to go off. So he sends this thing up into the air. It's going. You're just like, what? How the hell, like, what are they going to do now? I'm not being facetious. I was literally going like, well, there's no way they're going to be able to stop this freaking thing. It's like burning people up, and it's, starting to launch, hovering as the gases start to burn. And everybody's running for it. Even the Germans are like kind of getting out of there. Anyway, the little hangar thing up above starts to open. Everybody's kind of clearing out. The Germans are shooting at him, but you can see Captain America kind of running here. He actually starts to run straight towards where the rocket is, and then jumps for it, shielding himself with his shield. This rocket staying in its bed. Well, good luck with that. It's a big rocket, Cap. You're going to just grab it and pull it back down to Earth? I wasn't really sure what to expect, honestly, going to the next page. I don't really know Captain America's quote-unquote powers. So, I wasn't really sure what he was going to do. Anyway, the Germans are reacting. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. They actually did say that. Right. Running. And look, Captain America is on the frickin' missile. Can you believe that? I was like, okay. Hang on tight. This there's a couple parts that are kind of funny here too. So Bucky calls him. Tries to get him on the two-way radio. Sorry, Bucky, you'll have to shout louder. I can't hear the blasted thing over these rocket engines. Classic comic book funniness. Cap, for the love of God. I like Bucky's like it's kind of encouraging him to not have done this. What else was going to happen, Bucky? DC is going to be leveled. And then look, Cap even says it. What did you expect me to do? Take 5 and light up? Exactly. I'm with you, Captain America. Bucky might have saved you when he was 15, but he's way out of his league now. All right, so this thing's heading up to the sky. Even you can't disable a prototype hydrogen bomb. No, but I might be carrying enough explosives to sabotage the rocket's internal guidance system. Anyway, so he pulls a grenade. And Steve, don't be an idiot. He's not an idiot. He's a freaking hero. All right, so he lets the hand grenade go off. And it does. It makes the missile go a wacky way. It swoops around, starts to head off. Captain's falling towards Earth. Flat Earth. The Germans are, they were kind of like they like there wasn't much that anyone needed to do to fight here anymore because it was like that missile was gonna sort of like change everything anyway. So all the soldiers kind of like the Germans are sort of giving up, and the Americans are sort of tripping out on it. Anyway, the thing blows up in the air, I guess, or close to the ground. I'm not sure where it blows up. Yeah, it looks like this guy. All right, so Captain falls into the ocean. and he's reading a letter that he's written to Gail. I guess if something happens to him and she gets this letter, so kind of you get the impression. I don't really get the impression that he died, and I'm not just saying that because obviously Captain America's not going to get killed in this, but the way he's hitting the water and stuff like that doesn't really feel like. But anyway, I'm assuming this is the shore, and his helmet has washed up on shore. It's like a little hard to tell, but that's kind of the impression I get. Or it fell back to the earth, and he's kind of sort of going here. But I mean, obviously, I don't know how long Captain America can breathe underwater, but he maybe goes unconscious here. But I don't know if Cap can hold his breath for like an hour, or something like that. Anyway, then it cuts to this beautiful, beautiful shot of Mount Everest, and where it's more modern day, 2002. And this is Tony Stark. They'll tell you on the next page. But a beautiful, beautiful drawing. Colors are just really, really excellent too. And it looks awesome. And then we get this. So this must have been from like a trade or something like that. Because I want to give credit to the colors. I will in the description box. But whoever did the colors, I thought did a really, really great job on it. It could be Paul Mounts did the interiors. There was a couple of other colors that came to mind that I know colored Brian quite a bit, but I don't want to guess. But anyways, this is Tony Stark, and he's saying like how he loves to go on these 6-week fasts and climb Mount Everest, and it gives him a perspective on, being a businessman and the Earth and all this stuff, and it's pretty cool. And he's immediately making plans for all the business stuff that they need to take care of, and that's kind of where this first issue ends. So I believe this is the last page of the first issue. If not, then the way that the files were formatted for me maybe missed something. But anyway, he says, this coming Monday begins a brand new chapter in our lives, boys and girls. Board meeting in Manhattan at 9:15 prompt. So I really like this comic a lot. Like I said, there was a little bit of confusion a couple of times with the characters looking kind of similar. Like the soldiers all had kind of real similar faces. I think maybe if some were more gaunt, and you give someone just a little scar, a little extra facial hair or whatever, it just kind of can make it read a little bit where as a reader you're not going to get slipped up. And then a couple of times I felt like maybe the like that one page maybe had a few too many panels, and it was a little kind of clumsy. But past that, I really thought it was good. I definitely would read more of this. But the point of this is to read number one issues. So what I want you to do is recommend me your favorite number one issues where you get real excited about the series, you get really excited about the characters. There's a great cliffhanger, and this one was awesome. I thought it was great. So, all right, you guys have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow if I get some killer recommendations that I have to read this right meow. So, all right, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and all my live videos are in the live section. So, I did a 2.5-hour live stream yesterday where we looked at a ton of good art. But yeah, my channel, a lot of the content is under that live banner. So if you want more and you go through all my regular videos, there's a ton with live. So, all right, talk to you later. Bye.